Okay, my name's Susie. I have worked in the sex industry on and off in my adult life. There's a perception that sex work is inherently degrading, that it's morally wrong. But when you look at it compared to the other low-paid, long hours, incredibly physically demanding jobs, it's often the best choice for people.
Brexit can sometimes feel like a riddle wrapped inside an enigma. Theresa May spent 2 years negotiating a deal with the European Union, but Parliament has refused 3 times to accept it. And so now, somehow, our politicians must try to find a solution. So we brought together 3 MPs and challenged them to put their differences aside and cooperate.
I have always been an ardent Europhile. I make no apologies for that because I really want to make the case for why we need to be staying in the EU. I think that's where our interests lie. I think there is no deal that we can possibly get that's better than the one we've already got with the European Union. We just need to make Brexit stop.
I believe in Brexit. My own constituency of North West Leicestershire voted by 61 to 39 to leave the European Union. I believe in the sovereignty of the United Kingdom, and we should go now with a managed no-deal Brexit, giving us the clean break and the ability to trade with the rest of the world. If we don't deliver on Brexit, it's going to be catastrophic for people's belief in democracy.
I'm somebody who supported Remain and fought the Remain campaign. But I'm really hoping for the Labour Party deal, which is effectively protecting workers' rights, protecting the environment. I don't believe in a Brexit without a deal because I think it will be catastrophic.
We asked the MPs to step into a locked room with only one way out. To escape, the legislators must cooperate to find clues, test their knowledge of all things Brexit related by answering some tricky questions, and show goodwill in mini debates on Brexit hot topics. Only with fulsome cooperation can they hope to add enough correctly answered clue cards to the barrel to access the key that will spell freedom from the Brexit escape room.
And he said, I'm arresting you on suspicion of manslaughter and war crimes. They interrogated me for hours and hours when we were in them interview rooms. And when I came home that day, I remember thinking to myself, this can't be real, it's got to be a nightmare. That day after, I mean, I went through hell. I couldn't sleep every night. I was crying, you know, I was sick. And most days I didn't even want to wake up. And I used to be gutted every time when my eyes opened every morning. And then that night I tried to take my own life. The place that I went to that time was worse than any war I've ever fought.
It's so frustrating, it's so upsetting, it's just... I think it's the fact that you know that drug is there and you know that drug is good. I think if it had never existed, then I wouldn't have this hope of being able to use it.
The only time that I feel really upset is when I think about what I won't see, the events in my daughter's lives that I won't be around for, and when they would have liked to have had me around.
We have decided to leave the country. And Brexit is a very big reason for it. My partner is he's a builder. He has been trading very successfully for the last 20 years, and he has now, because of the move, he has closed his company down. He sold his van, and I've resigned from my job, and I'm working my notice at the moment.
And many who suffer from drug addiction make use of prescription drugs alongside illicit substances.
So from the age of 19 I was addicted to heroin, crack cocaine and prescription drugs which included methadone, then opiates such as fentanyl, tramadol and other synthetic opiates. As drug users we all sort of knew certain doctors that were an easy touch. As addicts we're quite inventive, so for the fentanyl which are like patches intended for 72-hour supply of pain medication. I'd take them and smoke them on tin foil, so I'd get the entire dose immediately. You know, pills, we'd snort them, so we'd get the instant hit. Sort of manipulating substances, if you like, to get the hit rather than the pain relief.
A specially trained cancer detection dog is told to circle a carousel holding 8 evenly spaced urine samples. 1 is from a patient with prostate cancer, and the other 7 are from healthy individuals.
Indication 4.
Remarkably, the dog is able to detect the sample from the cancer patient.
Here we come.
In the 3.5 years that we've been together, he has alerted and potentially saved my life over 3,500 times. And he does it all for a dog biscuit.
Oh, yes.
So what magic has allowed me to do is I can go to bed and not be afraid that I'm never going to wake up in the morning, that I can have an ordinary life, do ordinary things. And I've got an amazing companion that's going to follow me all the way through it.
It's been 5 years since a British Foreign Secretary visited Russia, but today, after cancelling 2 earlier trips due to diplomatic tensions, Boris Johnson is at last in Moscow, hoping to make some progress towards increased cooperation between Russia and the UK. On the agenda will be some of the big foreign policy challenges of the day: Ukraine, North Korea, Iran, and regional stability in the Middle East. But in recent years, UK-Russia relations have been strained, to say the least. And whilst the objective of this visit might be increased cooperation, there's no shortage of reasons for tension between the 2 countries. So, how do we get here? Remember this man? After the death of former Russian spy Alexander Litvinenko in London in 2006, and following an inquiry that ended last year, the UK government accused the Kremlin of his murder. In 2014, Russia... Becky lives alone near Norwich with her 6-month-old daughter Alia. Her fiancé, Alia's father, lives in Morocco. He's never seen his daughter in person. Daily calls via Skype and FaceTime are the only substitutes. He even missed Alia's birth after he was turned down for a temporary visa. Becky is looking for work, but so far has been unable to find a job that meets the earnings requirement.
There is literally what we would say a price on love. Like, you can't just be with the person you want to love. If he's English, that's fine. If he's from Europe, that's fine. If he's out of Europe, no, sorry.
No one can imagine what happened inside Aleppo because it's a madness.
We hope that, really, we hope to have a ceasefire soon, because those people now who are dying here,
they cannot go, they cannot leave, whether to buy something or whether to go to the West of Aleppo.
Really, it's catastrophic. The situation here, it's real catastrophic.
I mean, I smoke half ounce a day, and that's, you know, I still sit normal and look normal, you know, but if you look at half of them, you haven't got a clue what day it is. And I just wish now I knew a way of getting away from it.
It's early evening in Piccadilly Gardens at the edge of Manchester's northern quarter. Outside the chain stores and fast food restaurants, men and women are collapsed in doorways, slumped forward or slurring incoherently. These are the human consequences of the potent psychoactive substance known as spice, a highly addictive synthetic cannabinoid that has taken a cruel toll on the homeless community here. And now, 2 frontline charities have expressed fears that a new and much stronger strain may have entered circulation, with potentially life-threatening consequences.